I'm Emma D'Antoni.
I'm Brandon Mason.
I'm Alex Nagel.
I'm Tristan Maurer.
And I'm Kevin Miller, and today we're going to be presenting on diversity and disparity of NBA owners.
So first we're going to start with the history and disparity and diversity among NBA owners. In 2002, Robert L. Johnson became the first non-white owner when he purchased the Charlotte Hornets for $300 million. In 2010, the six-time winner Michael Jordan became the second African-American NBA owner when he also purchased the Charlotte Bobcats. Today, the only other non-white owner in the NBA is Indian Vivek Ranadive, owner of the Sacramento Kings since 2013. This table down here shows the disparity since 2005 and up until 2013. As you can see, only one person of color has been represented, and up until 2011, it's only remained at one person. Recently, it's gone up to 24 in 2013 though.
Okay, so several groups of African Americans and minorities have expressed interest in buying NBA teams in an attempt to promote diversity and minority representation in their ownership. And the reason why that's so important is because the league is majority made up of minorities, yet the upper level doesn't really represent it, and so it's impossible for the players that are working for the organizations to really be represented equally if there's no representation in ownership. In 2013, there were 24 people of color who owned stake in NBA teams, while there were 48 white owners. And the thing is, there was 29 of those 48 white owners who were majority owners, and only one of the 24 minorities who were majority owners. So there's more owners now who are of minorities, but they're not majority owners, so they don't have much stake in the team. Some of the minority owners that people may know of are Jay-Z, Nelly, Will, and Jada Pinkett Smith, and a few unknown businessmen include John Kim and Julio Iglesias. And 7 teams were sold for over $350 million since 2010, and that includes recently the sale of the Atlanta Hawks for $850 million and the sale of the Los Angeles Clippers for over $2 billion. So that's just so that you can understand the huge amount of money that is being spent on these teams and how much it really costs to be a part of one of these organizations.
In addressing why this is a problem, like Brandon said, a huge part of buying teams is how much they cost. And NBA teams are astronomically expensive for anyone, ranging from $500 million to $2 billion or more, depending on the team and where they're located. So a fundamental issue with ownership is that there's a lack of minorities who are affluent and wealthy enough to be able to afford these teams. Of the 492 billionaires in the U.S., only 2 are black, and they are Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jordan. So with only 2 of the 492, you can see how it would be hard for people of minority to have majority ownership. And according to the U.S. Census Bureau, about 13% of the U.S. population is black, and yet nearly 75% of the NBA's players are black. And for players, the NBA is perhaps the largest and most conspicuous American industry in which it is the norm to be black. However, the layer of the league with the most money and influence is not the players, but in the ownership.
The lack of diversity in management of the NBA makes it harder for the owners to relate to the players, and this has caused racism. So one example is in Atlanta. The general manager was forced to take a leave of absence after racist audio recordings were released. The owner of the Atlanta Hawks also sold the Hawks after racist emails were released. Because of this disparity between so many white owners and managers and so many African American players, it makes it harder for them to relate, and it causes lots of issues with racism.
So some solutions that we can take to solve this issue is, first, we can do a collective purchase, meaning that multiple people buy within a stake and contribute to the team. This is an example that's been shown by the Charlotte Bobcats, where Michael Jordan has got some of his colleagues to contribute some money, and they've been very successful in doing so. Another thing we can do is establish a recruitment system like some business models do. just meaning that we recruit different people from different areas and countries to buy into the team. There's also, we can get Commissioner Silver to start doing loans and subsidies for the people so they don't have to pay it up front and things, so they can have more time to pay out the money for the team. Another thing that we could do is adopt a similar method to that of the NFL with the Rooney Rule, meaning that they have to interview at least one minority candidate for the position.
In conclusion, we hope that moving forward, some of these solutions will be implemented in the NBA to create a greater amount of diversity in the leadership. Thanks for watching.